Hello guys, welcome. Loki's back are going like he's going, no, no! It won't be that bad. Okay, I still regret to my motherfucking dying day, one, the term God spouting because I think it's fucking stupid, and two, being open about, but here goes. Sometimes if you're in a relationship with a god, any kind of relationship, it doesn't have to be a marriage, you're gonna fucking fight. You're gonna fucking hate each other's nerves, and you're gonna pack and you're gonna leave, or they're gonna pack and they're gonna leave. Um, Odin is never fucking wrong. You gotta understand that if you work with him. Now, there are people that consider themselves slaves, so they'll let him do whatever he wants, but free people are gonna fucking come to loggerheads with him quite often because he's never fucking wrong. And even if you could prove he's wrong, he's still not wrong. Your source is wrong. So he's like, I have an idea. Somebody's still angry. No fucking shit. So my response from him was fucking apology. I'm not sorry. Because he's not sorry. He lies and he cheats and he steals. Odin will do whatever Odin has to do to get to the number one place in your life if that's his objective or whatever the fuck his objective is. And he is a self-serving god. If you want to serve a god that's true and pure and kind and would never fuck you over for random shit, don't serve Odin. I'm sorry, but I won't tell you bullshit on this channel. There are channels out there that will tell you bullshit about Odin and Loki and how they're always sweet and kind. They won't fuck you over for surprisingly random petty shit. I won't tell you that because sometimes they will. And Odin was just a bitch about it, and he lied because he felt like lying, and I'm sure he thought he would gain something, and he made a miscalculation. Now, I said, why would you fucking do that? And he looked at me and he said real sarcastically, oh yes, I invoke every godly power I have every time we have an interaction, because that's useful. So, our gods aren't perfect in the sense of what the Christians teach, where their God fucking knows everything that's gonna happen, blah blah blah, blah 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 blah. They don't. They make miscalculations. Even Odin, as a god of war, can make miscalculations, and then you start to fight. I told him that is really fucking important to me. This isn't like other shit you lied on, and you don't have my trust anymore. And we would make up, and then we'd fight, and then we'd make up, and then we'd fight. Now we're like in make-up stage again. And I try to use Pinterest sometimes. Results will vary, and this is just something that I'm like, it works as good as anything else I do. And I got God and me don't get along. That's his whole take on this, because how I started that meme board to get all the hatred and rage and shit out of me? Well, there's two problems with starting a board like that. One, every atheistic thing comes up, and Odin might have a great tolerance for bullshit, but up to a certain point. And two, every Jesus pin on the planet is now landing on my pin, your pin shirts, and Odin's getting a little pissed off and ticked off, and he's like, so we fight a lot. Obviously, we're both really strong-headed. Now, people that consider themselves god slaves are just going to let the god do what they want, but people that are fighters are going to stand up and fight with the gods. If I ever go to Valhalla, it will be because I died during one of our fights because I got that angry. Like, he's like, yeah! So, you're going to fight. If you're going to have any kind of relationship with a god, with a pagan god, an honest relationship, you're going to fucking fight sometimes, and it's going to be bad enough that you're going to separate for a while. Or try to separate for a while, because Odin doesn't respect boundaries, and Odin didn't respect my decision, obviously, and Odin kept after me until Odin got what Odin wanted. Odin only remembers, like, say you are married. Odin only remembers this shit when it's convenient, like you've had a fight and you no longer want to do anything with him and you want to serve other gods, so that's when he remembers that shit. And he's a hard god to serve because obviously women are going to use certain ammunition in a fight, and it's useless fighting with him anyhow. But, if you say to your dearly beloved, I don't think you even love me, that is not a good tactic to use with Odin. You will not like the results. you get. It can be anything depending on his mood. The response in my personal experience can be, since when does that matter to your mind? To, of course, I love you, you're still alive. He was so pissed off with me. I was getting like really shitty, angry memes yesterday, and then I was getting, as I was doing the bibliomancy with books, I was getting stuff like the charming story of the king that tied him up between two fires, and then he killed the king, and that was his answer about "Do you love me?" Like, what's fucking wrong with you? It's Odin, and he doesn't take fights well sometimes, even though he always starts them. He always starts them. And I don't know, man. It's Odin. He's hard to be with. But yeah, guys, if you're gonna have a relationship with God, you're gonna fucking fight at some point. You really are, especially if it's Odin, especially if it's Loki. Both of them love to fight, and they will argue to Hellenheim and back with you about anything. And we know Hellenheim is not an actual word, but Loki is a motherfucking touchy father, is why we use the word. So it's one of those things. You're gonna fight. You're gonna get really mad, and you're gonna say mean words at each other. Odin isn't particularly gonna care what you said, and he's gonna say mean words, and he's not gonna be sorry. If you want to serve gods that are loving and kind and sweet, I'd either suggest you try Boulder or you try Jesus, because you're not going to get it with Odin, you're not going to get it with Loki. They can be loving and kind and sweet, but they can be rat bastards too. And one of the loving appellations of Odin in the book, written by the Odin person, was mindfuck. So, you know, that kind of describes him. Sometimes he just likes to randomly fuck with his people, and you can't fucking say why. The best you'll get is it's for your own good, but it might be for his entertainment. Who the fuck knows? So if you guys like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, and you just generally go crazy. It's probably why, like, if people say, "Would you recommend this?" It's like any other marriage. You're gonna go fucking crazy. All the marriage memes you see will apply to that kind of relationship about ending with a shovel and a spade. Yeah, they will apply. But we're kind of sort of getting along. We're going between him leading me in directions of, again, trying to use Pinterest to talk to a god. Results will vary. But he admitted it. He's like, I'm anarchic. He's the All Father, so he covers everything, but he's also anarchy, he's destruction, he's war, and he ain't gonna fucking listen. So there you go. A great god to serve. So that's what I get. Some people get like really sweet Odin. I'm like, oh yeah, if Odin's acting really sweet, I'm worried about him, because really sweet lasts for about 2 hours, and then sarcastic, angry Odin is back. And for everybody wondering why you would ever be in a relationship with sarcastic, angry Odin, he doesn't act like that all the time. So, yeah. Yeah, that's my answer, and I'm sticking to it. So, yeah, we're kind of getting along. And that light keeps blinking intermittently. I was trying to look for a logical reason why it's doing it. If, like, it's fluctuations in the computer, if it's a fan doing it, if it's vibrations from me moving in the room. I don't fucking know, but I will see you guys later. Bye bye.